Triple Threat is for a mature audience only.
It's time! It's time! It's
Triple Threat! Triple Threat! What?
Triple Threat is in effect.
Suplex City, bitch! On the mothership.
Welcome to another episode of Triple Threat. I am Big Daddy. Sweet! Right.
I mean, Jesus, it's like if they changed the covering of the Ding Dong to like vanilla. I mean, come on, what the hell, man?
And the myth, the legend, the prank.
For every action, there's a reaction. And a partial reaction is quite a fucking thing.
What could you say about T3 that hasn't already been said about Marty Jannetty?
My shoes cost more than your house!
Triple Threat is in effect.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Triple Threat. I am Big Daddy SUV. To my right, the California Kid.
Hey.
And on the phone, the myth, the legend, the pipe.
Yeah.
Siri, are you serious as a squirrel?
Huh?
Are you a squirrel?
Like squirrel.
Squirrel!
Scroll.
Oh. No. Well, I guess so. I guess it's better than being a creep if you can remove it.
Alright guys,
I saw that last night.
oh. Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I didn't mean like to say it, but it was really good. Pretty. Larson was badass. No, I'm not going to reveal. Don't worry, no spoilers, but it did answer a lot of questions.
Was there a cameo at the end?
Was there what?
Was there like a cameo at the end?
Yeah, more like mid-credit scene related. We all know it's next, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Alright, guys.
And then, it's not really a spoiler, but I nearly cried at the Stan Lee appearance, so I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, so it was good. Like I said, Brie Larson was badass. Samuel L. Jackson was funny as hell, and love the '90s nostalgia. This movie really should have been called "I Love the '90s."
Wow. I like that.
Yeah, and who isn't gonna feel a little heartfelt seeing a Blockbuster video store? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Dang.
I miss the hell out of that place.
I do too, man. I mean, Redbox, it's good, but as far as video games, it sucks.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I never get video games for that thing, just the films, but I heard it ain't great. Video game.
Well, because they limit, like, they have it, and then, like, a couple weeks you can't find it because either somebody paid for it or they probably stole it. And plus, you got people that rip off the kiosks and put in, like, a blank DVD to steal the DVD. I had that happen to me once.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
But luckily,
Yeah, that's messed up, dude.
but luckily the people from Redbox was cool about it and they gave me my money back. But I just miss going to Blockbuster because GameFly, you can only get like a certain game. You can't even really get the new games. It takes forever. But I just miss Blockbuster.
Yeah, so that's fucked up. And then it's actually interesting because of that Disney Plus, this movie is going to be the first Marvel one not going to be on Netflix. So.
Oh, so they already stopped it?
Because the Disney Plus deal.
Have they launched Disney Plus yet?
Huh?
Have they launched Disney Plus yet?
No, that's the fall.
They're saying that they're going to have every Disney feature film ever on there. And I still question...
It's going to have Disney, Star Wars, Marvel.
I still question whether, if they say every, do they mean like the three dark ones, like Return to Oz or the Black Hole or the Black Cauldron? Are they really going to add those on there?
Not sure. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, just because it's Call of Duty don't mean it ain't going to be a little dark and adult as well.
Yeah. I just want to know if they're going to add those films on there. I'll subscribe if it's not too expensive.
Well, unfortunately, Netflix, the
I'm
former,
still leaning towards, if I had to pick between the new ones, I would still lean towards DC Universe over the other one.
well, unfortunately, the Marvel
You
Netflix shows ain't gonna be on there for at least, I think they said 2 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 2 year
which one?
wait.
Oh, the Marvel on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Netflix still got to release the final Jessica Jones season. So
yeah, but they already canceled it.
no, but see, they filmed it first before they canceled it.
It doesn't make any sense. Though.
They have it. I
Right?
mean, they obviously have it, but are they going to release it?
Yeah, they said they're going to release it this year sometime. This year probably won't get much fanfare or promoting, but
Yeah,
it's crazy.
but
And I'll just say this: there were parts of it. Like I said, it was funny. It wasn't the best Marvel movie, but it was still fantastic. I mean, I wouldn't put it over like a Black Panther or Civil War, Winter Soldier, but I would put it in that same group as like maybe the first Captain America and the first Thor movies.
You know, like the origin movie,
What?
the origin category.
Like an origin story, but it seems like they got her out like a female Tony Stark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like very cocky, which is nice to see from a female perform a character, especially a female superhero. There's no doubt, there's no sadness. You know, she's already pretty cocky and confident. You don't see that a lot with female characters in films. You know?
Yeah, they always play the meek.
Well, I mean, of course they're gonna do that depending on the women, but here's my problem: Captain Marvel was never really that big.
No.
I mean, if you're trying to compete with Wonder Woman, there are Marvel women that they got that could potentially go up against Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I mean, Storm, Rogue, Black Widow. And I know, like, some people say that, well, they didn't have the rights to Storm and Rogue, but, you know, if you're going to do a female movie, I would think that they would have done a Black Widow before they do a Captain.
Well, you know, they're still working on it.
Yeah, but, you know, it's just that, to me, Captain Marvel isn't really that important. I mean...
I feel like this time they spent on the Captain Marvel story could have been better spent on doing the Adam Warlock story, or even if they could somehow cut a deal with Fox and since they're already acquiring Fox, go ahead and revamp the Fantastic Four for the third time, because they actually did play an important part.
You do know they're gonna do that, right?
I hope they do. I hope they revamp them.
They're pretty much gonna revamp everything. They're gonna revamp Fantastic Four and X-Men.
Thank God.
You gotta look at it though, with those characters you mentioned, like who's gonna be powerful enough to stop that Thanos? You know what I mean? That's where they're going with it, because they're having her out to be this powerful being. When you see the movie, you see how powerful she is. It's incredible, and you think like that's what's gonna happen in Endgame. She's gonna be the magic weapon to stop Thanos. You know?
If they write it that way, but still, like, I hope they're very careful. I've seen they've taken caution to the source material. The Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet is like, I mean, you got to understand, the only thing that overpowers Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet is like a combination of the Living Tribunal and a whole bunch of the cosmic entities. I mean, but they're not going to go that far. But I'm saying you need somebody with like somebody with a power that's a little bit greater, somebody that, I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know how you knock the Infinity Gauntlet unless they get it off him some kind of way. I mean,
almost did in Infinity War.
Yeah.
You know.
But then, you know, Star-Lord got emotional. And plus, I mean, it's genius marketing. I mean, you put the movie out the same day as International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like putting Black Panther out on Black History Month on February. I mean, it's genius. You can't beat that. You know what I mean?
Well, they know when to strike. That's the best thing. They know
when to strike. And you know what? Even if it's Marvel, it's another case of MCU taking a risk. You know?
Yeah.
They've been pretty safe for a while. Like, they were a little bit risky with Black Panther. They knew Black Panther was going to be huge, but putting that money on Captain Marvel. They haven't had a risk like that since what, Guardians, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
That could have went either way. So
They still have series continuity. See, that's the thing that DC is missing. They can come. Their individual hero films are great, but when they try to do anything, they can't keep a universal continuity with those films. They just, and I guess it kind of speaks to the books too, because there's so many tellings of the DC hero story by in so many different ways that it just doesn't make sense to tell a universal story. Maybe that's it. The only thing messier than the DC universe is like the Spider-Man the Spider-Man franchise. The Spider-Man franchise is a mess. It's a damn mess. There's a lot there are spots of genius in there, but there's just a lot of mess in there.
I still gotta watch the Spider-Verse.
Brie Larson was good, but this is like maybe a few years ago. Oh, Emily Blunt would have been so gangster in that role.
Yeah.
Who?
Girl, chick actress from A Quiet Place.
Come again?
Emily Blunt. He's talking about Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, from A Quiet Place.
What other things she done?
What?
What other things she done?
You haven't seen A Quiet Place yet?
No.
So what's the name from The Office?
From Redbox once called.
It's a good. It's a thriller.
She was in Edge of Tomorrow, the Tom Cruise movie.
Oh yeah.
There you go. But like I said, the mid-credit scenes and post-credit scenes. There's two of them. One nothing to go home about. It kind of reminded me of the mid-credit scene they did in the Ant-Man with Steve and Bucky.
Yeah.
But did it link up to
when they had his arm in that thing?
But did it link up?
It pretty much became a scene in Civil War.
But did it link up to Endgame?
I don't get that. What I'm saying is for this one post-credit scene, it does seem like this is going to be the scene that's probably going to be in Endgame. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, just like
like I'm saying, you remember like that, and the other one was just cute. So
okay.
it did, considering it's set in the 90s, it did kind of, like I said, like cover some loose ends, explain a lot of stuff, especially with Fury, and like the dynamic with Fury and Marvel was great. So, and you got the one guy who's always the bad guy in movies, is that dude from Rogue One, and I don't know if y'all saw Ready Player One, but the bad guy in that is in this, and he plays a Skrull, and he is just boss in the movie. So,
wow.
I see him Ronan and Korgoff again.
Oh wow.
Ronan the Accused and Korgoff, from Guardians. It was nice to see him again. And like I said, like the whole, it's a great '90s vibe. The fact that they even played Waterfalls by TLC at one point.
What?
Yeah. They played that, and I'm Just a Girl by No Doubt, and What a Man,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's like, it felt like, this isn't a movie, this is my Pandora account.
Well, let's get into.
I definitely recommend to go see it. It's great. Do till Endgame comes on.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it. We got.
Cut that off. I mean, like to do a Captain Marvel segue, but it was just fun to talk about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's get into it. There were 3 names mentioned for the Hall of Fame this year. One being DX with the New Age Outlaws, X-Pac, HBK, and Hunter and China. Hunky Top Man and Toy Wilson.
Did you ever think you would see the day that Tory Wilson, X-Pac, and Billy Gunn would get in the Hall of Fame before like The Rock and the Hardy Boys?
I find this entry to be a little bit perplexing. What did she do?
Listen, I know everybody going on the internet is flipping out because Toy Wilson's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, there were several of the women. I know.
I like her, and she's cool and all, but man, there's a boatload of women you could have picked before her.
I know, there was like a whole
guys.
ton.
It's WWE.
Wow.
I mean, I
We know
understand.
it's WWE. That's why we're confused.
I mean, I understand. I mean, let's be honest. Toy Wilson wasn't a wrestler, even though she tried. But
She was a flash in the pan.
she wasn't a wrestler.
Better than some others at the time.
She was a bona fide ballet, only there because she looked good and a lot of horny teenagers jerked off to her.
I'll say she had one of the best bodies of the Diva era. I thought
Still
she had
does.
an excellent body, but
Still does.
she does actually. But
But here's the thing. You guys gotta remember, the Hall of Fame have a bunch of people that shouldn't even be in there. I mean, Drew Carey,
yeah, I didn't know about that one. Yeah.
Donald Trump.
There's other celebrities you can point
Donald Trump.
I was okay with Pete Rose, but Donald Trump, I don't think should have been in there.
I mean, this just WWE, and
Pete Rose is one of those entries. It's like one of those it's kind of one of those baseball traditions. If I think Pete Rose would have been, it was a better chance he kept taking choke slams.
You know what I'm going to say? Freaking Coco Beware.
yeah, but here's the thing: people were talking about that Kobe Beware shouldn't have been in there before anybody else, but then when they said Toy Wilson, they used him like, well, he's a worker and blah blah blah. I'm like,
Well, Coco Beware was an excellent worker. I mean, it's just kind of like I've watched Coco Beware stuff outside of WWE. Man, Coco Beware was back in the day. Coco Beware was nobody to mess with. He was a top draw.
I think it's just WWE that don't want to acknowledge that China was bad enough to go on her own. They had to put her with DX so, they can try to stay kayfabe and put Tori in there. And I hope it is that the only reason they haven't put Molly Holly in there is because they want to save her for like another Hall of Fame, as like a big, inductee.
Yeah, they could have put Molly in there. I mean, yeah, I would have.
I thought Honky Tonk Man was already on that thing.
Had they inducted? I think they did induct Luna Vachon already.
No, they haven't. They inducted her. I think her father.
They inducted her dad.
Yeah, I just like that's another person who actually could. I mean, Luna, they could have put in. I mean, there's so many great women's wrestlers that they have not inducted yet.
I mean, that's crazy to me that Honky Tonk Man wasn't already on that.
Well, you gotta remember, Honky Tonk Man said a lot of things that WWE didn't like.
Honky Tonk Man would show up at these things. They would still invite him.
I mean, they would invite him, but
he would show up and talk shit back in the back. He stood up and they said, I've heard it on like podcasts that he would sit back in the back and just talk to people. People would go up to his table just to hear him talk shit about WWE while he's
there. Who remember the?
And even though that was such a great kid. Wow.
And who remembered the?
I remember being a kid, I hated that character so much.
He could work though, man. If you watch those matches,
he was great. We're talking about the character.
Oh yeah.
I hated.
People despised him. I
was always happy when Hogan kicked his ass. You know.
He looked like early '70s Elvis, and he was in great shape, and he was tearing people up.
Yeah, you would tell this younger generation. You see, before Elias and R-Truth rapping, this was our entertainer. Wrestling,
Yeah, he was the Honky Tonk Man.
Just kind of the guitar.
And plus, he did all those shoots. He did that one shoot with New Jack and Sheet. That was crazy.
And then, not taking anything else away, but like, congrats to HBK. This is going to be a double inductee. So, and like, how about that? Triple H that's his first induction, Probably won't be his last.
Probably not.
Who in the world is going to do the induction speech for these people?
If I had to put money on it, I would think either Flair would induct them or maybe Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan inducting who?
Hogan inducted DX. Or maybe they might get Kevin Nash or.
It's sad that Rick Rude is dead because man, he would have been perfect to induct DX.
Actually, he's supposed to be in DX.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He would have been good to put in there, man. To put Rick Rude in there.
Well, he's already in Hall of Fame as well.
I know, but I mean, just to have him do if he was alive.
Huh?
said who? Who's that? Who you saying?
Rick Rude. Like for DX,
Oh, yeah,
if
he's
Rick
already.
if Rick
Yeah,
Rude,
man, imagine he gave that speech.
that would have been great.
Yeah. I bet you if she's available, they're gonna totally have Stacey Keebler to Tor's speech.
Yeah.
I doubt Stacey Keebler would do anything with wrestling anymore.
Or if it was possible, her dog.
I would put Stacy Keebler in before I would put Tori in.
How can you say that?
Stacy did way more than Tori.
What did she do more than Tori?
Stacy, at least she did more road time than Tori, man. Stacy toured more than Tori. Stacy may have lost just about every feud she was in, but by God, she did at least try to work.
Did she end up there longer than Stacy though?
I don't know.
She stayed a lot longer because Stacy left and did Dancing with the Stars and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's just
Stacy was a better worker.
This is a very interesting list so far.
yeah.
I wonder if it's true that others are going to be like the Hart Foundation and Taz, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah.
We're holding our hope for Bam Bam.
Yeah.
I think he's long. I always thought he's long overdue.
More than him and Vader.
Yeah. Vader.
Oh yeah, Bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Bulldog was in there, but
I still feel that WWE did Vader a huge injustice, but I just,
Yeah. All right. And this recent episode of NXT, Ciampa had to relinquish the NXT title because of the neck injury. He underwent surgery, I think Thursday or Friday.
it was yesterday. Yeah, it was Friday.
I feel bad for Dude because Dude was so over as a heel.
he did so
And
good.
now-
Yeah, and just like coming back from the leg injury not that long before.
Yeah, now they say he's probably going to be out maybe
About
a
a
year or more, depending on how the surgery goes.
He did excellent work.
I mean, he was doing so good on Raw and SmackDown.
I mean, one of the most believable heels I've seen. I mean, just really good.
And just total badass theme song.
Yeah, I liked it.
I remember people at the beginning were trying to hate on that, but that theme song is badass.
I liked when he didn't have a theme song. I liked when he just come out and the boos are so loud that was his theme song. Like that rarely works, but man, when he came out, all he had to do was just walk out there and stand and walk down the ramp, and he didn't need a theme song. The boos were so loud.
It's so perfect, especially with the like you know.
Yeah, they hated
It
it.
was just great, and I hope he had a speed recovery. I hope this doesn't become a Page situation where there's complications, he can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah. What's up, man? Guy really turned. Coming from where he came from, he did something.
Yeah, this has probably been brewing for a while. I mean, he's probably trying to be hush about it, which you never do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get on to it. Tomorrow is
Go right quick before you do. And what do you think is going to happen with that belt now?
I think they're still gonna put it on Johnny, but they're probably gonna have like a 4-way, maybe Matt Riddle, Adam Cole, and maybe Aleister Black.
To who? Oh, Black. Yeah. And plus, right quick, how great is it that Velveteen Dream won that belt?
You mean the North American title?
North American belt. Yeah, how great was that?
Yeah, that was great. That was a
good
match.
I was
Damn
glad.
good match.
Good little battle there.
But go ahead.
All right, as I was saying, tomorrow is Fastlane, and it's time to do our predictions. Start off with the kickoff show.
I don't even remember what half these matches are.
Yeah.
Like, Sasha Banks is right. There are too many differences.
No shit. But like I was thinking to myself, I would listen to a podcast. I'm like, the thing that WWE can do is, how about just do Elimination Chamber, then no pay per view for March. If you really need a pay per view, give NXT another takeover.
Yeah, I think that's a good
and
idea.
just build off of build up for WrestleMania. Let NXT do a takeover, and then have a build to WrestleMania.
They do need cut back on these things because it's starting to. I have no idea how badly it's wearing on the roster, but man, like this running this many.
And the injuries, people they keep getting injured. Shit, you know.
I think they're running. Yeah, like this is the thing.
I mean, you know how easily you could have just made Fastlane into an episode of Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, it's just.
Especially with this card. I mean.
I think they need fewer pay-per-views, and if they're gonna keep a 3-hour Raw, they really need to go ahead and start cutting back on a lot of the backstage segments and skits, and get to like some just. They're gonna have to like work a better rotation. I mean,
and please, for the love of God, stop bringing people from SNL to fucking Raw.
Yeah, those never work out too well. They always come across as cheesy.
I mean, who's fucking Brian?
What the fuck was that was supposed to be? I mean,
they always come out weird.
They're not that funny. I watch SNL. Those two are not that funny.
It wasn't. It just wasn't working. It was a little too lighthearted.
Now, if you would have had Kenan Thompson and everything, I would have been all for it.
No.
Even that dude who got depressed after Ariana Grande dumped him. I mean, he would have been fine. But
it'd be different.
Like,
no, fuck it.
The whole thing would work if when he ran into Strowman and said wrestlers fake, if Strowman actually did the whole skit where remember what's name hit him.
Yeah, but the dude didn't even sell.
That's what I'm saying. The whole thing would have worked the whole thing would have worked if Strowman would have just hit him like what's the name did the reporter.
Dr. Death.
Yeah, like he hit the report. If they just gone ahead and gone all the way through with that, it would have worked, because if he had really hit him, then we would have been like, okay, now we're getting into some real stuff here. Like, I mean, it just was weak. It was weak. If they were going to go through with that, then they needed to go all the way. Like, if you're going to play that, play it all the way, man, or just don't do it. There was no purpose for those two to be on the show unless they were going to go that direction with it. There was no purpose. It was just pointless filler, and it didn't need to be there.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense.
It was a waste of time. We could have been more in the ring.
Yeah. Well, on to the predictions. First match.
It would have been a great deal. I wish I could replace them. It would never happen now, but who would have been great in that would have been Key and Bill.
Who?
Key and Bill.
Oh, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Ew.
That would have been great. But go ahead.
First match, New Day, Big E, and Xavier Woods versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'm doing for New Day right now. Those three, Xavier and Big E probably win that.
I'm going to say somehow it's going to be Shinsuke and Rusev.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to do this, but it's going to have to be something, I think it will be Rusev and Shinsuke, just because they need something, and if they don't give them this, they're just going to like bury him.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. That's so weird. That's an interesting team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of Nakamura,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know what to say. I mean, I like them better when they're against each other. They have so many great matches together.
Yeah, I don't see this team being very appealing. Like, look, Rusev Day, WWE kind of misses the whole
They
like.
really dropped the bomb on breaking him and English up.
That's what I'm saying. That
really could have gone.
I don't understand what the point was with that. Like, why did they break him up? They were over. Like, having him come out, That was so over. Have him come out and sing. That was over. I don't know what the point of them not doing that was.
Didn't he commentate on 205 Live now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I don't know why they broke that team up.
I don't know.
That's just like I still don't understand why they needed to take Jason Jordan out of American Alpha. I don't understand that. I know he was good, but still, I just
That horrible angle.
I don't know why they went with that. Yeah, they just like ruined him. Like I don't know why they did that. I almost wish they would, if they were gonna go with if they were gonna keep Dan Gable, what's it called, Chad Gable in a team. I would have liked to seen them just later bring Jason Jordan back and just forget they ever did that angle. I mean, God,
Well, if his neck's ever healed, they should do that.
yeah.
I thought they said he was ready, but for some reason they didn't bring him back.
Because man,
I think they say he's still got numbness in his arms.
because you got the revival.
Something like that.
You got the revival, and you bring in American Alpha, and you got the other guys from NXT. I mean, God, they could have a good tag team series going right now. They're just not doing it.
Oh. On to the next match. Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien
I heard this was moved to the
They say Andrade. That's what they call him now.
I'm kind of
I'm
disappointed.
calling him Cien.
Oh yeah,
Call him all.
Andrade.
You
Yeah.
say the whole thing, it loses meaning.
Man, I tell you, it's I hate that this is on the kickoff because it's most likely gonna be a good match if they give them the time.
Like that. Now those two have been stealing the show.
I have loved these matches. I agree with Pike. I've loved these matches.
I mean, they have just been fantastic together.
They rock.
Like it brought you Joel and the Rey Mysterio. I mean,
It has. They have rocked
that would be on the
SmackDown.
main show, so this is weird. It's on the pre-show.
Yeah, they rocked SmackDown. They were tearing the house down on
They
SmackDown.
should save it for WrestleMania.
Yeah, that should have been a WrestleMania showdown.
I mean, I'm happy Joe finally got a belt, but really, the new US champ really should have been one of those two.
Yeah, because you get that with Almas here, and you got Mysterio, and you got Selena Vega. It has that when RVD used to face people, and he used to have Bill Alfonso outside. It has that effect.
Don't say that. Selena Vega's like Bill
No.
Alfonso.
You know what I mean? Like the manager that's actually proactive in the match. Like it has that cool effect where it's like a prop. He has that extra that Hurricane Rana off the apron. He can launch at somebody by using her, and he has her for setups. But see, it makes the battle all that more intense because Rey Mysterio is good enough to hold them off, and it's just like. It really is that kind of a battle. Like it's like the Jerry Lynn RVD thing, where it's like, he's fighting two people, but it's like a ballet. It's freaking awesome. It was good. I think this is a WrestleMania match. I think they're just wasting this this is one of the worst this is a waste of a space here. I mean, man, this needs to go on the main card. I mean, it's terrible. It should be on the main card. It's just like that. It's just like when during the cruiserweight title battles with what was it? I can't remember right now. They're both gone. Neville and what's the name?
Aries.
Yeah. This is kind of like that. Those matches were excellent, and even when they were on the WrestleMania kickoff, it was just like, why did you put this on the kickoff? This is like main event stuff here.
Yeah.
This is like, it's they're both going to end up being as angry as Usos were when they kept being put on the pre-show.
That's what I'm saying.
And they're so talented. Yeah, you couldn't put them on a pre-show, but I think it's going to be still a good match, and I'm going to say Andrade.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Andrade, too.
Andrade.
But it's definitely going to keep going. This is going to throw them and keep going for at least a few more months.
I think it should. I think it's a heck of a battle. I think there's a lot they could do with this feud. I really think it doesn't have to be complicated. They could just really make this a fierce rivalry because they got so much they can pull out in these matches. They got so much they can surprise us with in these matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. To the main.
I'll say this before we jump.
Who'd you pick?
I'll say this before we jump. Like if they keep this feud going, let's intensify it. Let's pull out the props, pull out the tables, pull out the chairs. Let's get this thing. Let's start hopping on top of things. Let's make this. Let's let them go. Let them go, man.
Do that.
Give them.
Show.
No, I know. But if they bring it back to the card, let them go. Give them 25 minutes. Let them wow us. Let them show out, man. Almas can do this. We've seen him do it with everybody.
Was that your pick?
Almas going to win, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We very much all agree it's going to be Almas.
Yeah.
To the main roster with the Raw Tag Team Championship, the Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable.
This is where Jason Jordan would have been great, but it would have been great to have him in this. But.
I mean, it's cool to see Ricochet and Aleister Black together, but I really don't get the whole.
It's great, but they're really better apart. Like
they are.
Solo.
Yeah, I think they just put him there because of DIY, Ciampa getting injured.
But I'm saying, like, it's pretty. I'm pretty sure Revival's gonna retain.
Yeah.
And I think Gable and Roode are probably gonna get the pin. They're gonna be the ones pinned, or one of them's gonna be pinned, whatever. And I think it'd be really cool if Black and Ricochet won, though. But again, they're better solo. But yeah, Revival. Their title run has been, I don't know, you know.
I think they were gonna do like a whole DIY run with the Revival, but since Ciampa's hurt, now that's pretty much gone now. So
they had to do this because the Revival were going to walk out the damn door. They may still walk out the door. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could still easily go, and this is all a waste of time giving the belts. But until then, you know, they're gonna have those belts for a while.
yeah.
They wanted them on Raw. They can give them a little bit of time with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, let them enjoy it. Went through hell and complain on Twitter so much about it. Let them enjoy it.
And they had a right to complain because this is like these guys were one of the. These are like one of the best teams in wrestling right now. I mean, come on.
Because like you better be careful. Because like I said, they got Cody and the Young Bucks phone numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they can walk. You lose a top team.
They'll hang out with Omega and. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good match, and Revival's gonna win.
Yeah. Next match, SmackDown Women's Championship, Asuka versus Mandy Rose.
I'll say this.
Well, first of all,
yeah, I'll let Pikey.
This really should have been Sonya Deville. I want to say that first of all.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a problem with Mandy Rose getting the title
I just
shot.
think it would have been a better match.
It would have been Stiffhauser, but
second of all, thank God Asuka isn't hurt.
yeah.
That shit looks scary.
What?
When on the house show.
What happened at the house show?
Good God, man. Do you even read the news? They had a house show match, and what was it? Something Mandy did on Asuka, I guess, was a miscalculation. I think Asuka went at her head or something.
Ooh.
She said she's okay.
Damn house shows, man. They're running too many of them for and then they're running the
I mean, that happens
pay-per-views.
a lot in house shows. You notice that.
Yeah.
But she said, Asuka said she was okay. But other than that, let's see. Mandy has him. I'll give Mandy that she has improved to an extent. I don't know if I would have picked her for this match. I'm sure as hell not picking her to win this match. But in terms of WWE and how high he is on Vince is on Mandy, it would surprise me if they gave Mandy the win, but I don't think it is. I think it's going to be Asuka because now it's starting to feel like that high that Vince has had on Mandy, you notice it seems like it's kind of going towards Lacey Evans now.
How? All she do is run up and down the ring.
Who else will approve this shit but Vince?
Okay.
Why is he doing that?
Okay.
Because Vince is high on her.
Let me lay out what I've observed with this. Okay, so here's the deal with this thing.
I bet you Lacey's gonna do it again during this match.
Probably. Lacey Evans, it looked like they were trying to gear her for a push, but it looks like they pulled it because I think the push was supposed to occur at the Rumble or something. I think they really wanted to push her, but I think with her early, her whole two heats in there were just filled with botches, and they just went. And I think they,
or they're holding it off.
yeah, I think they want to give her some time to kind of, maybe go ahead and touch up her act a bit. They're probably giving her some time to clean up or whatever. She's got to get her act together before they put her on the main event because they don't want another Kelly. And I'll be damned, that like Lacey Evans, she has the look.
WWE has a funny way of showing it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about this situation here. Yeah, obviously the only reason Mandy Rose is where she is now is because some of the old boys in the back, whoever's in charge, whether it's Vince McMahon or Kevin Dunn, all those guys, they love these kinds of characters. These blonde bombshell women who come out and do they love that. They try for a while when that was dead. That you could see they were trying to revive it with Emma. Emma didn't want to go for it. They tried. Now they were trying to do it with Lana, and now that they have Mandy, they have their star, and they're trying to.
What's the name?
Who?
Eva Marie.
Oh yeah, there was Eva Marie. Yeah, that's another one. They have been trying to revive the Trish Stratus model for God knows how long, and that there was only one Trish Stratus. Okay, there was only one. They could try that. Look, Alexa Bliss. God help me, she's talented, but she is not as witty as Trish Stratus, and that will never happen. Trish Stratus just had a natural wit that was on par with some of the most sharpest tongues in the business, and she had a sharp tongue, and she had good looks and everything.
And then you notice it's the opposite with Carmella.
That's what I'm saying. Carmella's
She's got the wit, but she ain't got the athletic ability.
Yeah, Carmella's thing is this. Carmella had the look they liked. She had the wit. She didn't have enough of the look they liked. She was, and then
she had that silver tongue though.
Yeah, she had the silver tongue, but see the problem with Carmella came with they just made a bad choice of when to push her. I like Carmella. I think she has good timing on her catching people and stuff. She has good counter timing. But Carmella,
she hits and misses.
She does.
I mean, like this clip I saw. I think it was on Botchamania where they were in the ring with Becky, Alexa, Carmella, and Natty, and Carmella was trying to clap back at Alexa, and she called her Polly Pocket.
I've seen some stuff like this. She has her hot and cold times, but the thing about Carmella that I notice is that she does have passion, which I like. But with Carmella, it's just they chose the wrong time to push her. They chose the wrong opponent and the wrong time to push her, and that's why she fell flat. The only reason they took Carmella off that run with Asuka is because it didn't improve sales. You could tell that sales didn't go anywhere.
Because people knew that Asuka was better than that.
That's what I'm saying. It was a dumb move. Why would you push? If you're trying to put Carmella over and you're trying to build her up and you want to push her, Asuka's the wrong person to do it with. You could do it down the road once you've established her, like you did with Sasha and the Four Horsewomen, but you didn't do that with her. You just kind of threw her in there with like the best freaking women's wrestler in the world, and you put her over her, and nobody believed that crap.
I said it once and I'll say it again. Carmella is pretty much damaged goods because they bought her from NXT. They didn't let her hone the craft. She was just getting to where she was figuring out what she was. Then they brought her up. Then she had to do it all over again. And it seemed like she did find her niche, and then they screwed it up by getting rid of James Ellsworth and trying to get her to carry on her own, and it just didn't work out.
Some dummy up there thought it'd be a good idea to rip Ellsworth away from her. That was one of the dumbest moves
unless
I've
there was
ever
something
seen.
else like they knew about all the whole allegations, stuff like that going on, or
they've let people get away with worse shit. They just weren't thinking of the money here. Okay, so here's the thing. They were fooled. They fooled themselves into believing that she was already over after after she got over after facing Bayley in NXT. She got over there, but she needed more time. She needed to win a title or something. She needed some more time, and they didn't give her that time. And they rushed her up there just like they did with Nia Jax. It just rushed. But before I get into a tangent about her, I want to talk about Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose. Okay, here's my deal with Mandy Rose. This is more rushed than Carmella. I mean, Mandy. They needed to let Mandy and Sonya win the tag titles. That would have been the move for them. But no, they don't want to do that. Now they want to push Mandy as single star. Mandy is improved, but she's nowhere near ready for this. And then over Asuka, they'll never buy it. Nobody would buy it. And here's the big part about this. One of the biggest reasons why nobody's going to buy this, because if you watch the last few matches she's had where she's won, it's choreographed so terribly. Because come on, anybody who's watched wrestling long enough understands the timing of when to set up for a finisher. Okay, if it's a double underhook facebuster, a double underhook facebuster requires a good deal of working someone down to set up, in my opinion. I mean, even if you caught them, the only way you can catch somebody early on with a double underhook facebuster set up with a holding pause, by the way, a holding pause. You guys watch the show like I do. She holds them up there for a while. She doesn't even look that strong to do that. I can understand if Justin Credible caught somebody like that, or if damn Christopher Daniels caught somebody like that, because they have enough muscle mass at least to make you believe that they could kick you and hold you for a few seconds like that. But you're talking. Look at Mandy's arms. Look at. How the hell are you going to do that within the first 8 minutes of the match? It needs to be at least 15 minimum before you can set for a double underhook facebuster.
It works better with somebody like Chula or Melissa.
Yeah, or something where I can actually buy it. Like, and she does it so slow, it's not even smoothly worked into. Like, I don't even see the move worked into it. Like, how do you just set someone up and they stay there that early in the match? Hasn't even been worked enough. You lift up Naomi and just are holding her there. Naomi's looking at the camera because you've been holding her for so long. She's not winded. She hasn't even been gassed out yet. I mean, God, how this is so unbelievable. That's what kills me about the Mandy Rose thing. I don't hate Mandy Rose. I think she has potential, but I think they just terrible booking, terrible choreograph, the wrong opponent again. They keep trying to find Asuka something to do. Who cares if Asuka sits out Fastlane? There's just no worthy opponents. God, I mean, do something else. Have her squash somebody or bring over damn. I don't care if Ember is on the other show. If she needs an opponent, Asuka facing, bring Ember Moon over. Let's have a good match. Do that for WrestleMania.
Huh?
She's injured, remember?
Is she? Yeah. Okay. Well, damn.
We haven't seen her on TV for a while.
Yeah. Well, they could get anybody to face Asuka for a better match.
Bring Carly Sane.
Anybody.
NXT.
If you need an opponent, it does pull somebody up for this. Like, they could pull anybody. They have plenty of talent. Mandy is not ready for this, and I mean, if she goes over, I'm going to be highly disappointed, because I'm just like, okay, it just, nobody's going to buy it. It's not going to affect sales. There's nothing there's nothing positive that can come of it. I mean, if you're trying to find Asuka something to do for WrestleMania, get another opponent. Really, get somebody else in there.
Well, I'll say this. I agree with you about Mandy Rose, and she is getting better, but they are like booking her wrong. And I also like Sonya Deville. I think she's more capable. I mean, when her and Asuka was going at it back for who she was going to face in the triple threat with Charlotte and Becky, their battle during the Battle Royal was pretty good, and it got me into it. My problem is that they're gonna not push Sonya because they got Ronda Rousey, they got Shayna Baszler, and the other two MMA fighters, and she's gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
and like I said before, like if you saw the episode of Down where they had her on the show, you're like, why in the world they're focusing on Finn Balor being like the spokesperson for gays and lesbians? Why they gonna have Sonya Deville do this, and she is a lesbian?
Yeah,
and have her do some stuff like that. I just don't know what they gonna plan on doing with both of them. I think them as a tag team is pretty good. They did excellent in the Elimination Chamber, but if Mandy Rose beats Asuka, it just be weak and dumb as fuck.
It will, because there's no
Nobody's really
there.
gonna believe that she was,
The way she won this last match wasn't really choreographed that well. Like we've seen Asuka take worse than getting ran into the ropes. I mean, God, we've seen her go through. We've actually seen her go through a table before. And
hell, her face Nikki Cross.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen Asuka go through way worse to be stunned by a rope shot. I mean, that was just horrible. That was terrible planning. Like, if you wanted to hurt Asuka, have Mandy hit her with like a pipe or something. Like, I can understand like if she got a full swing with like a lead pipe or something, pull a Ric Flair. But by God, the rope? Come on. We all know the cable's hurt, but Jesus, come on, man. That's not going to stop Asuka.
So, I pick Asuka to win.
I do too.
Asuka, yeah.
Okay. Next match, the Women's Tag Team Championship, Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Tamina.
This has been going on and on.
Bayley, obviously.
Just give them... They keep putting Nia and Tamina... unless they're going to have Nia and Tamina implode and feud against each other, they might as well give them the damn belts, because they've been giving them chance after chance after chance to do this shit. And I'm just like...
Remember, Sasha has that streak, though.
Just because I want to keep their word that they're going to be on all 3 shows.
Well, remember, Sasha still got that streak of losing belts the first time she defends herself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If it's true that they win, then Iconics should automatically be next.
I think the Iconics would be great champions.
That's why I think they should or
No.
I think Iconics,
No.
you can do with Iconics and Bayley and Banks for those belts.
No.
The Iconics would be those annoying champions that like would piss everybody off, and they would.
You know what I really want to see? I want to see Sasha and Bayley versus Io Shirai and Kairi Sane.
Oh God, that'll never happen. Although I love it. Oh
I
God.
mean, they went down to NXT, said that they were fighting people in NXT.
Who else? Io Shirai's busy about to fight back.
They would do that as desperate. WWE would do that in desperation, but I would love to see it. God, that would be a good match. I wish they would. I wish they would.
I mean, other than Mandy and Sonya, who else is there? Other than Nia, Tamina, Mandy,
why do
and
they
Sonya,
need tag belts?
And Kairi and Io Shirai.
Yeah,
there's nobody else really.
No,
it goes back to what I was saying. What's the point of doing a women's tag when you don't really have that many?
They don't have any designated women's tag teams except for about 2 or 3, and I'm just like, okay.
And the Riot Squad.
Yeah, the Riot Squad, but still, it's not enough to do a division. You know, they don't have. I mean,
say what you about TNA. At least they had enough women on the roster to make a division.
They did. TNA had a good collection of women to actually run something.
You might have, you can say, like, well, they threw women together too, but at least it made some sense. I mean, Hamada and Asuka made sense.
Yeah.
And, it worked because most of the women could work.
Yeah, they only hired women who could work there. Impact only took actual workers. Impact would take nothing less. That's one thing they did do right. It's the women's division. Eventually, they did get that right. I don't know what that company's doing now. I hadn't watched that in years, but it's sad. But we'll get into that another time.
So I picked Sasha and Bayley by DQ.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All right, next match: SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus the Miz and Shane McMahon.
Implosion.
I really don't care for this match. I'm sorry.
I don't care much about it either. I'm not invested in it anymore. I really felt like if they were going to do the Miz versus Shane McMahon, like really there was more heat behind the Miz and Daniel Bryan than there was Shane McMahon. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not invested in this. I'm just not.
Well, it's pretty obvious. It's going to be Shane and Miz. And, Mania. And it's just been dragging on. The show's in Cleveland. But then again, they might give it to Shane and Miz again. They've already brought up it's going to be Cleveland. His dad's going to be there. You know what I mean? And it's just like before. Like, it's going to go one or two ways. Either they win the belts back. This time, if they lose, Miz and Shane definitely got split up, and Miz has got to destroy Shane.
I think it would be. It'd be interesting to see Shane turn.
Throw him down, beat him down. And, you know, or do another twist and have Shane beat him down with those horrible punches. You know.
Yeah.
But there's no other way to do it, and you might as well have Usos win again, keep the Usos happy. You know.
Wouldn't it be interesting to see Shane and Miz become a heel tag team and they bring back the
That's the way I would have done it.
they get the Mean Street Posse out there and they bring back the like.
God, what if that happened?
That
right when the Usos might be their finisher.
A team.
Hear that music? Here they come in their khakis. You know.
A team up between.
These kids gonna jump through the roof if they do that.
No, I mean not just the Mean Street Posse though, but with the cheerleading squad, the Spirit Squad. That'd be awesome, man. What if they become a heel team and they create like a faction, like a makeshift faction? That'd be funny as hell.
The Mean Street Squad.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
Spirit Posse.
That would be funny as all.
That would be the perfect fit with Miz too, and just do.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, CK. You turned a match that no one cares about to made it into a great fantasy booking.
They need to hire me. I can fix some of this crap. They need to pay me.
I say Miz and Shane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I'd change my mind. I'll take Miz and Shane. Please have Mean Street Posse.
I'd say Miz and Shane just for the fact that I hope they realize that we already predicted that they're going to win. They're going to try to throw us a curveball.
And I'm going to email them and say, give CK a job because this was his brainchild. I'm seriously picturing like the vest and the khakis.
I would have them all come out there. I'd have the Spirit Squad and the Mean Street Posse show up at the last minute where they're because you know the match is going to get to that desperate situation where one of them's outside the ring and somebody's not there to help, and they one of them's cornered, and it looks like Shane and Miz are going to lose. And instead of having it come down to Shane fight by himself, like say Miz runs off, it looks like Miz has abandoned him, and then I would book it to where Miz actually comes back with both the Mean Street Posse and the Rocks, and they cheat and they knock out the ref and they cheat to win.
My sister here, Michael Cole or Corey said today, Pete Gas.
Yeah. It'd be funny, man. I would do that. I would go with that, man. I would make it like I would turn them heel. I would turn them heel. They just do anything to keep the belts. I'd turn them heel.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Damn, that's a good idea.
Thanks, man.
On to the next match. Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley versus The Shield.
And congrats to Roman Reigns for being in remission. Thank God.
Yeah.
Love cancer. It's pretty obvious Shield's winning this week.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can't have a reunion like that and have them lose their first match back.
If the only thing that that'll probably happen. They're gonna probably
Brock will
win.
show up now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
I mean, this is before Mania, and, you know, after this match, you got to put the hype back into Mania with Seth fighting Brock. I mean, I almost forgot that match was happening, you know that?
Yeah. I'm happy for Roman being back, but this is just weak.
The Shield could lose because what if Brock comes out and costs them the match?
Well, that's the only way he can. They can.
Brock comes out, costs them the match, then Dean turns on Roman.
They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that. You won't have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
possible.
That would be good. It'd be interesting.
Well,
At least
let's
make
put
it
here.
interesting.
Is it real or is it fake? Is he leaving or not?
I think it's a work.
I mean, this is going to really feel like a work. The fact that they announced it in advance, the attitude, and, I'm trying to figure this out. If it is a work, this is a weird work, and
Well, it's Dean Ambrose. What'd you expect?
I don't know. I mean, you got to put more effort into it, but it's weird. But like I said, Shane probably means Shields win it. Poor McIntyre, man. What's he got to do to get a world title run? I mean, shit.
Plus getting
What does
locked up.
McIntyre got to do, man?
Plus getting locked up with Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin, all people.
Yeah, that's gonna bring down
And
their.
also, isn't he supposed to have a
People
feud?
going like poor Leo Rush are like, no, poor McIntyre. I mean, come on. This should be, no offense to Seth, but he's been there, done that. Man, this really should be Drew's spot. Can you imagine him and Brock?
Well, Drew can't do it because he's a heel.
It would have been a good match.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre would be a good opponent for Brock Lesnar.
And he could have easily turned face. I mean, Drew's been face before.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. Like, as long as they're going to continue the Brock reign, then they need to really start solidifying the division around them a little bit better. Like, come on, man. Get all these worthless heavies out of the running. Put in McIntyre and keep Seth, and they really kind of ruined their chance because people are leaving now. Dolph's leaving. All these people are leaving. All this good talent they could have built a good division with.
That's a long hiatus he's been on.
Yeah. On to the next match. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. If Lynch wins, she enters the WrestleMania Raw Women's Time match and becomes a triple threat. We all know Becky Lynch gonna win this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Win and rip Charlotte's arm off.
Yeah. But instead of talking about this match, let's talk about Ronda Rousey breaking the fourth wall.
Oh, God. Part of me wants to believe that this is like,
I'm happy for it. I've been saying it ever since Ronda came into WWE.
I like that Ronda's really pissed off.
I said this ever since she got here that Ronda should be like she was in USC, and she should be more like Shayna Baszler, and we got it now.
Yeah, she should be a lot more like Shayna.
I mean,
it took the crowd at Survivor Series to finally get her pad, Yeah, I remember they were brutal to work, And she's like, fuck this, fuck that, screw you, screw your wounds, I was cracking up, like, I kept thinking, like, when she attacked Becky, like, please don't punch Becky's face.
Yes, it's
anywhere but the face.
Yeah.
I really like after going back to even when Ronda faced Charlotte, it's like these matches are between Becky and even Becky, the Becky Lynch matches, they're starting to get this beautiful look where it's looking more like the old school, like stiff house, like early 80s women's matches where they just used to beat the living snot out of each other.
Like, can you imagine if this shit was on Glow?
That's what I'm saying. This junk, the way they're doing the matches now, the starting back from when Charlotte fought Asuka at Mania, it's gotten back to like a real brutal style of like main eventing. I love the way they're doing it. It really takes me back, the way they get in there and they grit, like the bruises are there, and you're seeing the blood and bruises in these matches now. It's starting to look good.
Yeah.
It's like these women's matches are looking great.
Those bruises just like, woo!
Man, these matches are looking awesome now, man. These matches are really starting to look the way they're supposed to look. And I really think this Becky Lynch Charlotte match is going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Ronda's going to show up afterwards.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But I'm just glad that Ronda finally is showing her true self and is better for her.
I was going to say, well, this time, though, one of the things that happened, Becky's going to win the match. Ronda's going to, if not Ronda's already down there, Ronda's going to come down there. You think it, okay, they're going to fight each other. Nope, Charlotte's going to pop up and beat the crap out of both of them. Like, Charlotte hasn't really had that kind of moment yet where she's taking them down. Really?
Yeah.
So this would be the moment when Charlotte takes them down and walks off,
Yeah.
and then you get this big WrestleMania build, which should be the main event at Mania, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just also want to say that, Ronda Rousey, she's during this little thing, she was at Geno's in Philadelphia. I was telling Big V, like, I tried Pat's
You're
Kings.
talking about on our YouTube channel?
Yeah, I mean, Pat's is delicious. Pat's is my preference because the cheese sauce actually has this delicious taste. It's really good. I hadn't tried Geno's yet, but I will next time I'm in that area. But the Geno's, they have this. I think they have this tomato sauce dip that I want to try. So I may go there and try it. But Pat's is delicious. Pat's King steak was the bomb, man. Tore that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Looked good. The food did look good.
It was good, man. It's as good as it looks, man. No joke.
Okay, and to the last match.
I mean, that was a weird segue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They happen on this show.
We were talking about the potential of these three women. Now we're talking about Geno's.
Well, we're talking about. I mean, we're talking about the beef. There's beef in the ring, and there's beef outside. It's the beef. Where's the beef?
Talking about it, Daddy. The beef.
Where's the beef?
Sounds like a character from Lord of the Flies. The beef.
I think I got another soundbite. All right, last
now I'm hungry.
last match, WWE Championship.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. I'm glad to see Kevin Owens back,
welcome
but
back, Kevin. Kofi got screwed over, so welcome back, Kevin.
I'm glad to see Kevin
I
Owens.
mean, it's pretty obvious Kofi getting the spot at Mania, right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. They say Vince McMahon is high on it. Vince McMahon is really high on Kofi right now.
Doesn't Owens look a lot skinnier now?
Huh?
Doesn't Owens look a lot skinnier now?
Well, the dude been gone for God knows how long.
I mean, it looks like he lost.
Look, you lost 2 pounds, yeah.
But
Obviously, Daniel Bryan,
but I don't know.
Captain Planet Villain's got to keep going.
But I don't know about this Kevin Owens, man. I don't know how to feel. I mean, that whole interaction between him and Daniel Bryan and him trying to be the nice guy, I'm like, ugh.
What do you think? You think this is the moment Harper's going to show up?
Show up?
Luke Harper?
You think this is the moment Harper's going to finally show up?
I doubt it.
No, not now. I don't think it'll happen now.
If he does, he's gonna be on his own. He's not gonna be with them.
If he does, if he gets in that, it'll be a mess. It'll be a real complicated mess. I think that I'm just happy to see Kofi getting rubbed, man. It's good to see that.
Is it weird that AJ is not on this card?
Well, I thought they were gonna have AJ versus Randy, but I guess they pretty much saved.
I wonder where this is going with AJ and Randy.
I think they saved it for WrestleMania.
I'm almost certain that's going to be a good match. I mean, that's going to be AJ desperately trying to avoid getting caught by an aerial RKO.
Yeah, because you got no AJ, no Randy. Is Balor on the card?
Who?
Balor. Is Balor on the card?
Nope.
No.
He got jobbed out to Corbin and Lashley and McIntyre.
Yeah, they put those guys in reserve. I mean, really, AJ Styles can take a back seat for a little while because he can always jump back up. We can always put AJ Styles back in the main event, but
plus he's been feuding for God knows how long since last WrestleMania.
Yeah, I say you got to give your star a break.
Yeah, and Phil's not on the card, is he?
Well, no. Even though he won the U.S. title, then he is the U.S. title.
Yeah, like Kofi is definitely an acceptable fill for an AJ Styles. I mean, just let him It's very rare that we get a black superstar to really shine like that.
Like we really all should be thanking the stuff on for that.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, and I'm glad they're doing that.
I'm glad he's doing better though.
Yeah, that's I'm glad to see that. That's really cool that Vince is letting this go through. I think this is a good time to do it. Right on Black History Month. It's coming up right out of it actually, but still, it was good to do that thing with Kofi during February. And I'm glad to see this. And I mean, after this is done, you could definitely work AJ back in there. AJ versus Kofi, good lord, a real one. That's gonna be good.
AJ versus Kofi, AJ versus Joe.
Yeah,
Kofi versus Joe.
Kofi versus Joe. Yeah, some good ones.
But then I'm wondering, since technically Owen's on Raw, he comes back on SmackDown. Could we possibly see Sami Zayn coming back?
That's another thing.
Well, Sami did say he wasn't nearly ready, so I don't know. Because he said that he was coming. They said he was coming.
Likely, but there's still a few possibilities.
They said he was coming back, but he said that he wasn't ready by any. He still wasn't ready.
I'm gonna throw you guys something to ponder on. This is gonna be interesting. You have Kofi Kingston. Okay, so after Mania, perhaps Kofi Kingston gets the title. If Kofi Kingston gets the title after Mania, okay, think of this as a feud somewhere down the line. We've seen Truth act like an idiot for the past few years, and we've seen him come out there and he kind of plays they could easily, because he's acted the fool.
Are you trying to say Kofi versus?
Hold on. I'm getting not quite. Hold on. What I'm saying is this: R-Truth plays the fool. Inexplicably, Carmella kind of just goes with him. Carmella was a heel. Carmella was a clever character. Carmella's always played the clever character. She's very clever. Even though she plays this kind of dense, attention hog, she actually always has been booked as a clever character. Okay, so why would such a self-righteous clever character go with an idiot like R-Truth? I think there's precedent here where you could actually write this to where the way I would write it is, if I was going to do this, is I would write it to where R-Truth does something absolutely horrific to Kofi Kingston in the back, takes an opportunity, gets himself into the main event, and Carmella is his heel manager, and you have a face Kofi Kingston facing a heel Truth. I think if they booked it right, if they revealed that R-Truth had played the fool the whole time, because you remember he did this once before where he said he felt like being on the main event on Raw one time, and he did something, I can't remember how he did it, but he played a fool and he got himself into the main event at Raw, and somebody asked him, R-Truth, what was that? He did something stupid. Everyone's like, well, why did you do that, R-Truth? He's like, well, look, I'm in the main event of Raw. He said it simply like that. He didn't make a joke. He just said, but I'm in the main event of Raw. It's like, it'd be good writing if they wrote Kofi's whole fool act down to just him playing a fool for a long time, waiting for an opportunity time, because there's all this talent on the show. There's all this really, really strong talent on the show, and he chooses Kofi as his opportunity to try to get the title. That'd be a good black on black feud that we don't get to see very often. And I think if it was written right with the right surrounding supporting characters, you could have a really good story there. But that's just a option that could be something you could do with Raw, because they were talking about him retiring at some point a year or two ago. But I think that'd be a good thing to give Truth before going out. Like give him a good feud, good main event feud before he goes out, because it takes a lot. I mean, playing a fool for that long, I think it deserves reward at some point. Playing a fool, the U.S. title was a nice reward, but come on, man. He's been there a long time. He's going to be there even longer. His argument is that, yeah, Kofi, you've been here 11 years, but I've been here too. Really, I mean, there's an argument there. It's like you had to play a Jamaican, but I've been playing an idiot. This is like, come on, you can make it good.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good feud. I don't know.
He thought about this.
I don't know. I look at it and I think there are people being
maybe if it was old school R-Truth,
yeah,
back heel, yes. But I don't know about now. But then again, R-Truth, he can still go.
All it takes is one devastating evil thing he does to Kofi. Something that he helps Kofi at some point, but then stabs him in the back. And then when he wins a match against Kofi by Carmella helping him, and it pisses everybody off. And then Kofi has to defend the title against R-Truth in like a main event situation. If R-Truth could build up enough heat If he could just, all he has to do is just drop the idiot act and start cheating like a mug. People would hate him.
All I'll say is, I just wish Kofi was in his match, but I guess he's gonna save it for Mania.
They're gonna.
Maybe like
It's
Daniel Bryan wins and
it's gonna be
him
Daniel
and
Bryan.
Rowan start attacking Owens, and then Kofi goes out for the save, and he should have a nice go home, like they represent everybody home happy. Then you see the chorus at the right behind people's going Kofi, Kofi, and you hear the New Day music, and Daniel Bryan's holding his high school woodshop belt, you know, and he's looking all concerned, and that's how you end the show.
Yeah.
What the hell do you do with Kevin Owens after that?
Have him feud with Joe.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing we're gonna talk about, as been reported, Jushin Thunder Liger has announced that he's gonna retire at the end of Wrestle Kingdom this year. So I'm pretty sad because
Is it this year or next year?
I think next year. This year or next year. But I mean, we all know Jushin Thunder Liger from his time with WCW.
Yeah, man.
His famous bouts with Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
I think didn't they open the Monday Nitro?
I think they did at one point, but I remember flying right. Yeah, I remember that Jushin Liger had great programs. A lot of these cruiserweights on WCW, and he was dominant for a good while. And I remember he's also known for the Wild Pegasus feuds and the Chris Jericho feud in New Japan.
Well, he's the very few Asian talent that made it here in America.
Yeah, he was.
He's very legendary. Not to mention those times also, wrestling in ROH, and then he wrestled in NXT at one point.
He did a lot of wrestling in Mexico and all the Mexican promotions.
And all over the world.
Who fought in NXT? Was it Sami Zayn?
Back when we were little kids and seeing him, and I thought he.
No, it was.
I thought he was like.
What's the name with the Fashion Police?
I had no idea he was. He was only 54.
He's
Prince Pretty.
Prince Pretty, yeah. But Tyler Breeze, yeah. He got into it. Tyler Breeze in NXT, and then I remember I met him at ROH. It was really cool. Got a photo with him. It was really cool, man. Jushin Liger, man, he was doing great there.
Like I said, I thought it was like I said. I thought he was pushing 70. I had no idea he was only 54.
Yeah, it's.
Like, who do you think? Way older than that.
Who do you think gonna get the last match? If he wasn't away on AEW, I would say Omega, but.
He never. I don't think he ever beat Dalton Castle. I don't think he ever got his revenge on Dalton Castle. But he may feud. I mean, it's got to be somebody with reverence, though. I don't know who they call back for that one. Like,
I would say Jericho.
Jericho would be a good pick.
Jericho. I wouldn't mind Cody. Wouldn't mind seeing him fight Cody.
Yeah.
Or
how about Kenta?
Kenta would be good.
Perfect.
Kenta's free now. Kenta's off contract. I don't know how many more months he's got till he'll be ready, but he's off contract.
Okada would be pretty dope.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
God, Jay White maybe. You see him fighting Jay White in his last match?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
If he wasn't in NXT, definitely Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
Can you imagine those two personalities clashing?
Oh yeah. But then WWE is still a famous company. I mean, they would honestly they may be open to doing a non-contractual opening, just so they could host his final match because it's Jushin Liger.
Yeah.
If it was me, I don't see why they would miss out.
If you're gonna go that route, definitely Nakamura.
Yeah. I would put him in there against Nakamura. I would squeeze it in there if they WrestleMania goes 4 or 5 hours. I'd squeeze it in there somewhere just to say
I bet
okay.
you could too.
Yeah, I'd squeeze a good 15-minute in there.
Has he ever wrestled in WWE besides NXT?
Yeah, back in the early days, like back in he did he wrestled a little while back in the 90s, back in the early 90s. Before he did the WCW.
He should get a Hall of Fame spot.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, guys.
Yeah, what a great career, what a great character, you know, and it's just he is so freaking cool. I just thought, in terms of Japanese wrestlers, when I was a kid, I always thought him and Great Muta were like the coolest wrestlers.
Oh yeah, Great Muta.
I was a Great Muta mark for so long.
Did they ever did they put him in the Hall of Fame?
I know they put.
I don't think so. What, Muta?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
God, man, Muta's a big part of wrestling.
You want to talk about someone who's been in the game a long time?
Yeah, Kei Muta.
He's still going, ain't he?
Yeah, I think so. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
He's a freaking daredevil.
Yeah. Well,
I
guys.
just want to go to him one day and be like, "What is your favorite drink?" Dude, I've seen your tongue is so many different colors and you spit so much mist. What drink do you actually like?
Probably
I've always wanted to ask him that.
some kind of rainbow drink.
Him and
Tajiri.
Tajiri, yeah. I always wanted to ask them both that.
Man.
Yeah.
I bet the answer would be strong, but I bet they would say something like Diet Coke.
Oh.
Right. Just like, I really like that Sprite.
Sprite?
But yeah, I hope he has a great final year, and I'm sure it's going to be epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And don't be like Michaels where you say you're gone, but next you know, you get another country with somebody that you know you're wrestling.
Michaels, I just, God wish he would face AJ Styles, but I don't know if we're ever going to get that.
Daniel first.
I don't care which one. I'd like to see either one.
Yeah.
That would fine.
Well, on that note, we'll end the show on this. I'd like to thank the California Kid and Pike. Please like and subscribe, tell a friend,
Tell your friends, and if you tell your friends, round our Chinos on all of us.
And download from your link for your favorite place for podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, and all that good stuff. Until then, see you next time.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.